when I threw a left hook and my shoulder came out and he took a shot on me, I immediately felt my shoulder come out. And my what I was thinking at the time, I was like, it's exactly what I was saying. I said, "Fuck, my shoulder's out." That's what I thought. So then I went to like a place mentally. I just said, listen, I told myself, just stay calm. You're gonna probably eat some punches, eat some knees, just stay calm, make it to the second round. Don't get tapped or anything like that. If he
Wow.
needs to, I said, if he takes my back, great, because I know it's really hard for people to tap me out when I have
Right.
my back. And yeah, I just said, stay calm. I made it to the second round, and my coaches knew my shoulder was out because I was
Yeah.
pointing to them. But then when I went back, I told the coach, I said, "Coach, I don't care. Just get the damn shoulder back in so I can get out there." And I really feel bad for my coach, Brandon Gibson, because a lot of people are giving him shit on the internet.
Right.
But what they don't realize is that I don't want this to sound harsh, but in those moments like that, my corner basically works for me. So I'm
Of
like, guys,
course.
you guys work for me. I don't care. Get my damn
Right.
shoulder back into place. And he's not a doctor. He doesn't know anything. And
Right.
and we're in the heat of battle, you know.
Right.
And
He was doing his best
he's
to get
doing
it
his
back.
best. So my hat's off to him. You know, people are like, oh, you need to. I've had people like, oh, what is going through his head? But it's like I told him, do
Right.
whatever you can. And
Right.
so then the doctor came in, and the doctor was like, oh, you have a broken clavicle. I didn't have a broken clavicle. I just knew my shoulder was out. So
Right.
God bless the doctor. I was like, well, if you're in the cage right now, can you just put my
Get it
shoulder back
back
in?
in.
And then he's like, no, it's against the rules to practice in the cage. And at the time, I'm like, well, then then what are you doing? Then why are you here? You know what I mean? Then put the
Right.
shoulder back into place, and then I can go to fight. He's like, it's against the rules. I can't do that. And then they ultimately had to call the fight. So hey, you know what? I can honestly say I did everything I possibly could
Yeah.
to make it back, and it is what it is.
I know a lot of people have mentioned or asked about the pain, Aaron. Were you in pain in that moment, or was the adrenaline pumping so much you didn't even realize? What did it feel like? Because I would think it would be incredibly painful.
Yeah, it just felt stuck. I just felt stuck, like something was blocking it, but I wasn't in pain. But
Wow.
then as soon as the bell rang and they said it was over, I didn't even, I usually stay there and he gets
Yeah.
his hand raised, but I'm like, guys, I gotta get to the hospital. And then when I
Right.
got to the back, I couldn't, the pain really set in. And then when I got into the ambulance, I can handle pain, but I started to shed a few tears because I'm like, this thing is the worst pain I've ever been in. And then
Wow.
went to the hospital, and then I kind of leaned forward like this, and then it
Yeah.
went back in, and it
Oh.
still feels stuck. Yeah, then it still kind of feels stuck right now, and um, so I'll be having surgery soon. I'm just having some numbness in my fingers right now, and they're just waiting for the numbness to go away, and then immediate surgery. So they'd say I'll be out probably 4 to 6 months, so
Okay.
it's not too long.
Was there, I know you said you were going to this shoulder specialist, Aaron, and it sounds like you did already. Was there any like structural damage? Like what exactly is wrong with the shoulder aside from it just coming out of the socket?
Yeah, no, I can't give you like the exact because I don't know all the
Yeah. And
terminology.
I
But
wouldn't
so,
understand it anyway.
yeah, yeah. So I think there was a little bit of a bone missing or chip, so something was not
Ah,
holding it in place. But then I
makes
had an
sense.
MRI done, and this shoulder doctor, Dr. Kramer, who I'm working with, is probably one of the best shoulder doctors
Good.
around. He said I kind of know what's going on, and he said you'll be out, 4 to 6 months, but the the chances of it coming out again. Of course,
Right.
there's always a chance, but um, if you don't have the surgery, there's 100% chance it's going to come out. So,
Ooh,
and I think it's going to be good. I'm going to come back stronger. I need this because, I want to box. I want
yeah.
to, continue MMA, and
Yeah.
shoulders are a huge part of it, and I also want a life outside of fighting. I don't want
Yeah.
to be riding horses and my shoulder pop out, and it's not good. So, I'm young. I can take the time right now.
You know what though, Aaron? I thought it was really cool, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. When Pitbull he wins his fight, but he calls you out still, and let's be honest, that was the fight to make. You were gonna fight, you were gonna win, and then you and Pitbull were gonna fight. But the fact that he still said your name, what were you happy about? Were you like, okay, yeah, man, like maybe this isn't like gonna derail my career for the next year or so?
Yeah, no, it felt good. Pitbull's a legend, and I have nothing but respect for
Yeah,
him. Um, but that is the guy to beat in Bellator, and
yeah,
I wanna fight him. He's one of the best fighters pound for pound in all organizations. He's
yeah.
just a veteran, and for him to say that, it meant a lot because he knows. I mean, he knows that I'm a really tough challenge, and that just shows what type of person he is. He's
Yes.
not looking to, shy away or no, you need to make your way back up. It's like no, we'll fight. I think he's comfortable with who he is. He believes in himself, and when I fight Pitbull, it's going to be a tough task, but it's going to be a fun fight.
In a perfect world, would you like to come back and just jump right into that one, or do you want one to want to get a fight under your belt, being that you will have missed some time? What's the perfect situation, Aaron?
If I'm being selfish, of course, I would love to just go straight to the
Yeah.
title, but I believe Jeremy Kennedy, we deserves a rematch, and my hat's off to Kennedy. I mean, it kind of sucks for him because a lot of people, oh, you didn't win. On paper he won, and to be honest with you, I don't even know where we go. If I need to fight him again, I will. If they want me to fight for the title, it's all good. But I have nothing but respect for Kennedy. He didn't know my shoulder was out, and he came to fight. Tough guy, and shit happens. There's nothing you can really do.
I was as I was watching Aaron, I was thinking of that story that you told me about, you and your mom sitting at the table and all that. And, at the end of the day, it'll just make the story ultimately better when you do get that belt. So
Yeah,
there's another chapter in the book.
Yeah, another chapter. Right? Yeah, I'm not a guy to sit around. I'm already thinking about like what I need to do for rehab and yeah, it's just part of this part of the story. I mean, every high level athlete have had to go through injuries. There's only one big injury that I've had in my career, and that was an ACL surgery.
Yeah.
And I came back stronger than ever. So I think this will keep the hesitation out of my mind because for years I'm always like, is my shoulder going to give? Is it not going to give? And to have that mental block, it kind of sucks. Now it'll kind of go away. So I'm happy for that.